Alright, guys, welcome to day 8, I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out once we put it on YouTube there. But what I'm doing is going to be pulling. Let me show you here. We are going to be pulling this rock out and laying this foundation here. You can see we already did some of it. Yeah. see what we did there? Now we just got to get that rock out of there. So we're just going to take this shovel here. We gotta go dump this rock, but I will. Let's put this over here. We can check out Cooter. I see Cooter over here. I'll be back. Alright, just gotta get a little bit more of this out. Heavy. Alright, so all of that's going to have to come out of the pond, but for now we're going to leave it just so we have a stable, it's going to basically stabilize the foundation for the pond while we do other things. So we're going to have to we're going to bring in more of these rocks. So actually these rocks that are on the wall here, I'm pointing in the wrong direction, sorry. These rocks that are sitting on the wall are holding that plastic there, but what I'm going to do, those are foundation rocks. I have another one outside I'm going to bring in. So we're going to remove this pea gravel, push it off to the side, put a foundation stone there for where the creek is going to come up and start to come out of the mountain there. So I know I'm probably not explaining that very well, but you'll get the picture here in just a second. I'll let y'all stare at this. Because this is kind of what we're building. This is exactly what we're building, not kind of. But I will return just a second. All right. This is the foundation stone. And I got it because it's nice and flat on this side. And it's got this cut here. It'll go nice up against this wall. But first we gotta move this pea gravel. We put a lot of it in here for a reason. You can always just move it around. This is what holds everything that we're putting down. We don't need concrete to hold this. We have pea gravel that just completely surrounded it. When we remove this center pea gravel, that's when we'll come in with the concrete. We'll concrete everything. And I'll show you. We'll put bigger cobblestone down in here for basically like rebar. Got here. one did I have here? Alright, you see me rubbing a lot, and that's because I want that pea gravel to get down in there as best I can. Really work its way down in there. That way it'll settle. I'll come stand on it, walk on it. I'll be walking on all these, just getting everything to settle as much as possible before we bring in the sand. And so we're going to have to remove a little bit more of that extra pea. You see there, we got a nice little pile there, but this is the beginning of the creek. This is the foundation. We're going to have to stack until we get up to the creek, but this is where the creek is going to start, right through here. I'm pointing wrong. Right through here. It's going to come up. We're going to build up, and it's going to, but this is just the foundation stone for that. So we're going to need some big stone. Boom, a couple of big, then we'll get into the smaller stone right through here. We'll be basically creating a double wall with rocks. Boom, 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 boom. But we need those big foundation rocks to stack on top of. And that's what those are for. So. Alright, next in line, I believe we're going to take that big old one right over there and put it right there. Get in here away from that light there. Then I'll be, yeah, you can see, I'll just stand over there. That way y'all can see my bald spot. step back and take a look at it. Oh yeah, I like that line. I like that line a lot. So you've got, you see the big one buried. You can't really, it's just different color, it almost blends in, but it's there, right up against the wall. So we're just going to keep on bringing that stone on down through there. I think I've got that one. I've got quite a few more outside. You got to remember, all this is just foundation. We're going to be coming up with everything. And I hope you noticed why we brought pea gravel in first. And then I'd rather bring the pea gravel in first and then move it than come and set these stones down and then pour over it. And then, you know, the stones just seem to move a lot when you're pouring that stuff in here, and they'll shift on you. I just find it easier to bring in the pea and let the pea hold everything for you, and you can just move it around. You see, it's not that difficult to move. And then the more we walk on it, the more compact it's going to get, the more settled it's going to be. When we bring in that sand, we're going to work it in some more. So a lot of work involved in setting the foundation, but the foundation is the most important part. I saved this one for a corner. Got some more outside. Let's just grab it. Alright. I'm going to bring as much as I can in. Starting to get kind of nice outside, so I'll open up the door. So let's see here. You gotta remember, this creek is not gonna be as wide as the other one. You gotta remember, this is just the foundation. I know it looks close, but we can extend that with the smaller rock. So as we come up, we can stack 2 smaller rocks, boom, 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 as we come on up. Spread that channel out a little bit as we stack in those rocks. We'll have to concrete as we go. This is why we'll do a little a day, a little concrete a day, piecing it together, let that set. On to the next day, piece the next set together, let it set. On to the next day. So this is a day-by-day project, and a lot of it is just waiting for that concrete to set, because we can't put too much together at once. So this is why it takes time, and it's not in our best interest to get into a hurry and try and rush this together. I've already put in my mind that I've given us until the end of the year to finish this. I am in no rush, so there's still a long ways to go. I know it seems like I've done a lot, but really it's a long ways to go, because each day that we can work on it will be a little at a time, 30-40 minutes at a time, especially once we start setting in the concrete. So first off, though, is we figure out our line for our foundation, and I like, we don't have much more room down here, so I like this foundation line to be, right in here. So really we only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 to 10 more foundation stones. And I don't know if I have those big ones, but we're going to go check. Cup. So we're probably going to have to go to Luckstone and get some more bigger rock, because everything else I have is small. But we can go ahead and dig these in, and then take the smalls, bring all the smalls in, and start stacking them in the back there. And that'll be our next project. Right now, I'm hungry. So that's going to be a wrap for today. I think a good 40 minutes is good to go. We got some other things to do today, so I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and we shall see you on the next construction day, which hopefully will be tomorrow, and we'll see you there. Peace.